What's up? What's up? It's Al Capone, Al Capizzi. Oh boy, Memphis Rap Pioneer. Welcome back to Memphis Rap History. And it looks like I won't be having the issues I was having last week. Let me just kind of look and see, make sure. It looks like it's gonna be all right. I'm able to kind of monitor what's going on a little bit, and no freezes. Yes, last week was crazy. It kept freezing like uncontrollably. It never went that bad. I done definitely had a situation where it did some freezing, but it wasn't doing it that consistently and that bad. So yeah, we're back in the game, man. It's Acapizzi, man. Hey, listen, this is what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give people time to get into the chats, and we're gonna continue the interview that I was showing last week with OG Jaquency talking about the game, and when it comes to Gangsta Walking and Jookin. So we're gonna get back on that. Is that my guy Infinite Beats? Infinite Beats, what's up, man? What's going down, man? Appreciate you tuning in, checking in, hollering at your guy Slick Enough. What's up, man? What's up, man? We're looking good today, man. I don't see the freezing. I think I got it under control this time. Last week, I wasn't. It was like I said earlier, it was pretty bad, and I wasn't ready to figure out what was going on, so I had to end it. But yeah, we gonna get back at it on this one. So again, this is an interview with OG Jaquency, one of the early guys from the Gangsta Walking days that saw everything happening and what was going on. So we're going to continue that interview as people tune in and get caught up on the chat. Seth, what's up with you, Seth? What's up, homie? Big Memphis, you know what's up. So what I do is while the interview is showing, I will respond to people in the chats. I basically kind of chat back with you via, typing back to you and talking to you that way. That way we can get to the interview, man. You know what I'm saying? What y'all came here to get some Memphis rap history, and I want to give it to you. So we're going to get it started. Let me go ahead and get it cracking, and let's go. Here we go. So let's go back to, no, I was talking about Bucking and Jookin, and when I
the difference. You were telling me what's the difference between those.
But Bucking and Jookin, what's the difference between those two? And I'm gonna add one last thing too. I remember at the time, like I said, when I saw how popular Bucking and Jookin was, I was just excited to see, something still authentically Memphis. And like I said, I made the song because I wanted to make sure nobody out of town you put a stamp on it before somebody in Memphis put a stamp on it. But I remember going a step further, where as I was having like the Jookin contest, then like I remember doing one at the race car track.
Yeah,
I remember doing one at Raleigh Springs Mall at the time. And, where I was like giving the cash, it was out of my pocket, you know what I'm saying? I was paying like whoever won, because it was my way of saying, man, I love what y'all doing, and, whatever little popularity I got, I want to, make sure the light is shined on y'all, you know what I'm saying? And let me throw something your way on top of it, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But the difference is between, you got four Memphis style. You got four Memphis style that a lot of people, and there's two of those styles that people overlook. The first style is Gangsta Walk. Then came Booking. Then came Jookin. Okay. Then came Chopping.
Oh, so I forgot about Chopping.
See?
Go ahead.
And all of them is different.
Okay.
Even though they on the same branch, they on the same tree. Mm-hmm. They family, but they all different in their own way.
Okay.
Gangsta Walk is, put it like this, Gangsta Walk is the foundation. Okay. Without that, you wouldn't be able to do those other styles of dance. Bucking is just the energy.
Okay.
Jookin is just something that, it's not just something. Jookin is more, well, back then, Jookin was, put it like this, Jookin was mixed with, it was mixed with Bucking, it was mixed with more of booking than it was anything.
Okay.
It just had some of the Gangsta Walk traits.
Oh.
So it kind of switched. It was doing the Gangsta Walk, but it was doing the gangsta. It wasn't doing the Gangsta Walk in the right way. It was like if you're on the outside looking in, I'm finna try to do this, and it don't look right. And they didn't get with the people to show them the way that it's supposed to look.
Oh.
So Jookin was a little off.
Oh.
But when booking merged with Jookin, you know, it was cool. Where I felt like at that time this time of day now, where Jookin is going, where it went wrong at, and no disrespect, where it went wrong at, when they start adding no other styles off into it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can't tell people what to add into their style. But if you want to be authentic, you can't add somebody else into your style. You know what I'm saying? Your style like that.
Okay.
So and chopping was more on a booking style, but it was more it was more chops with the hands instead of the arms being everywhere. It was just more chops with the hand, and it had like the book. They had like the booking footprint and footsteps and energy.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So all of them is different in this.
What do the gliding add? What does
the
gliding
gliding
aspect?
is the Gangsta Walk.
Okay.
That's Gangsta Walk. All
Okay,
that
okay.
stepping, gliding, all of that. That's the Gangsta Walk.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
Jookin, like now you can add in. See, Jookin is so universal where you can add anything into Jookin.
Okay.
You know, so they can add tuts, waves. They can add that. You know, but like I said, the era I come from, we weren't using other people's stuff. The only person stuff we probably were using was Michael Jackson.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha,
But
gotcha.
we wasn't studying, like, I'm being honest here, we wasn't studying the waivers, the tutters, and, you know, we wasn't studying them. We was studying us. You get what I'm saying? So, like, now the Jookin is taking it to a whole nother level where, you know, they can add anything to it, and like I said, you can't get mad about them adding other stuff to it, because if you want, and I look at it like this, the reason why I don't knock them adding stuff to it, because if it helps them become a better person or succeeding in what they trying to do, you know, I'm all for it. No hating. But if you're gonna ask me my personal opinion, you know, about something that's supposed to be authentic, that's not authentic.
I got you. Okay. I mean,
You know, I respect it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
I respect it, and I thank it, because Jookin brought Gangsta Walk back to life. If it wasn't for them bringing it back to life, you know, a lot of people wouldn't even pretty much knowing about the Gangsta Walk, because you had people like Daniel Price, you know, most definitely keeping it alive. Now you got Lil Buck, you know, he most definitely, you know, keeping it alive, you know, and stuff like that. And but the other guys, they just going with the flow, they going with the trend, and that's something that real Memphis never, you know, we wasn't like that, you know.
Now you know, so I'm sure you're familiar with Ladia Yates. So Ladia is actually from the Bay Area. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know she's from the Bay.
So she's from the Bay, and she was able to blend the best of both worlds when it comes to Jookin and Bay Area turfing.
But you got to think about that. You said the key word. She's not from Memphis.
Right.
You can do that.
Yeah.
You get.
Well, I mean, we claim her all day. Don't get it twisted.
Listen.
I want to make sure
No,
saying
right,
that nobody
right.
won't
No,
be running
yeah,
like, hey, they say you ain't from it.
No,
she is Memphis. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Ladia and her brother
Tone Yates.
my guy, but they from the Bay. That's me and Tone kind of built a bond, because you know I used to go back and forth to the Bay Area a lot with E40.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And Tone, we built our bond because I knew he was from the Bay, and we used to talk Bay talk sometimes. And that's how I knew Ladia, you know, because that's her brother. That's how I knew they was from the Bay. And she, you know what I'm saying, and I know she got love for Bay Area turfers as well as Memphis Jookin.
Ladia just got dancing in her blood. I'm
she'll
talking about just
dancer.
dancing, period. Like, one thing I can say about Ladia is, like, Ladia can get on anybody level. Like, if she want to go authentic, she can go authentic. So I don't consider her as, like, other dancers. I just consider her, she's very gifted. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
however she want to carry her gift, she got my support on it.
Yeah.
But one thing I can say, she do know her history. Like a lot of Memphis don't even know their own history. She do know her history. She know where it started. She know the OGs that I named. She done met these OGs. Ladia know the foundation and know how to do the foundation. If you put her to the test, I guarantee you she can do it. But like I said, with Jookin, or just say for example, if you a dancer, you can do whatever you want to do because you are not just considered just
You're not in one box.
right. And that's her. She's all outside of all these boxes where she just gifted like that. You know, she can do this, she can do this, she can do all of this.
And blend them together effortlessly.
Right, and that's what I got, and that's what I was about to say. And it's like whatever she learned, she mastered it perfectly. Like she get it down to the T. I done actually seen Ladia Gangsta Walk. I remember when I thought back in the day that she couldn't Gangsta Walk. Like Ladia can actually Gangsta Walk. She can juke and Gangsta Walk. But I done seen her actually like go authentic with the Gangsta Walk. So I know she'll give a person hell if they actually got the chance to see her do it. She'll give them hell.
Gotcha.
But she has so much going on, like with dance, where she's on a whole nother level. Like she's on a whole nother level. And like I said, I love that young lady. And a lot of times I get advice from her. You get what I'm saying? We go back
you're
and
never
forth.
too old to learn. And as much as game as we like to pass on to the new generation, sometimes man you gotta listen to them too, because they can put you up on something
Like-
that you didn't see.
Ladia done put me up on a lot of different things. She done hit me to a lot of stuff that I could have got screwed over, you know, and stuff like that. Like she know, and without having somebody like that, you know, especially in my corner, for me to be the age that I am, like I would probably wouldn't know what direction to go to as far industry wise, cause she put me up on a lot
Business
of stuff.
game.
Right. And sometimes she's very good at that. And can't nobody screw her, you know, over on anything like that.
Yeah.
But I salute that young lady, man, because she's just more than what
You ain't coming up the mic, is
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'll just make it sound.
She mean a lot to me because what I told her was that if Memphis ain't gonna do it, somebody need to do it.
Yeah.
And she did it.
Yeah.
You know, we done had people that had made it before she made it, that had the opportunity to put Memphis on the map as far as our culture, and then do it because they let ego and money get the best of them. As soon as a young woman come through that was not from Memphis but knows the history and she know how to do the style itself, know the foundation, a lot of people didn't like that. You know, that they tried to X out at one point in time, but they couldn't do that because she's in too deep with not only with the Jookin culture, but she's in too deep with the Gangsta Walk culture. Like all these OG, like Romeo, Hurricane, Wolf. Long as those guys know who you are, you gotta mean something. You stamped.
Yeah.
And Ladia done proved that.
Gotcha.
She and she about the only female that has proved that. So I don't think no other female gonna come along unless they come from her camp to be able to do the things that she do.
And she got some young students
Man,
that are nuts with it. You know
I
what
was
I'm saying?
like, I told her, I said, I don't know how you dealing with little bitty kids because my patience is so thin, but she is so great, man. Like I'm just being honest to you. Like Ladia she's great. Like I said, I learned a lot from that young lady as well. And I'm still learning because I'm learning how to put choreography together, you know, from Ladia. The business side, I done learned that from Ladia, dealing with, I done learned a lot from that young lady, you know what I'm saying? So I consider her, I know she's from the Bay Area, but Ladia is Memphis.
Memphis all day, man.
She is.
Hey, we love the Bay, but hey, Ladia is Memphis, you know what I'm saying? She Memphis.
And
Memphis for us.
I'm going to be
And
honest.
we love you, too.
And I'm going to be honest to you, if Ladia leave Memphis and take her school somewhere else, Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, Memphis will be sick.
It'll be a blow to the city.
You know,
It'll
it
be a
would.
blow to the city.
So that's why I said we gotta protect Ladia at all costs. She must be protected at all costs because she's more into the younger generation, like how the Gangsta Walk would. We were more into taking time out with the little bad kids that were stealing the bikes in the neighborhood, and we was turning them around, showing them that they can be doing something else positive. Because if it weren't from the Gangsta Walk for me, I wouldn't even. I'd probably be in prison, dead, or something. You know, something like
It gave
like
you
that.
something to look forward to, something that to want to master, and it takes time to focus on that. And once your time is taken to focus on your art, you ain't thinking about the other stuff.
Right, exactly. But I gotta give Daniel. I gotta give Daniel.
Daniel was a monster.
He still is.
Man.
Daniel is. I'm gonna be honest with you. Daniel is the closer it is gonna get like to someone like me. Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest to you.
Okay.
Like if I pass my torch, my torch would be passed to Daniel Price.
Okay.
Cause Daniel understands. See, in order to be a part of a culture, you can't just do something. You gotta understand it.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
100%.
So you got nowadays you got people just doing stuff just for popularity instead of trying to understand
Where it come from?
and how to do it and what and
why it came from that, and why did the people that originated it, what made them go there? Like you said, knowing and understanding will enhance your gift on a whole different
Cause
level.
you'll have a different way of looking at it then. You'll be like, oh, I was looking at it like this. So this how this go. This how okay. Now
I'm really finished.
And-
And I'm gonna do it in a way where they gonna smile and be like,
and see that and
that young guy that took it to the next
And
level.
you
kept it 100 at the same time.
and that's when you go ahead and pass them that torch.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So and that's how it was with me. Like I didn't challenge my OGs or anything like that. Even though I had got the big hit. Well, I ain't gonna say I got the big hit. Even though I got the popularity, and when I had got the popularity, I still never went against the grain with my OGs because I had the popularity where, you know, the word was around the city, you know, you better than him, you better than him. And I got somebody that's sitting here with me. I always spoke highly of my OGs over me because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to show y'all my gift that I end up.
Man, that's so important, man. I don't know why people don't want to give people that they were inspired by or that they were taught by or motivated by, why they don't want to give them their props just because they have more popularity than the people that came before them. They want it comes back to ego. They want people to think it all came from them when they know that they were either taught, inspired, or it was somebody before them that they was taught and inspired by. And only thing those people want is you to give them their credit.
That's it. They don't want no money.
Just
no
give them
nothing.
their credit, man.
And that's why
why is that so hard for some folks, man? They want all the credit, don't want to give folks credit that they know damn well inspired them or motivated them. Why? What the hell, man?
I'm going to tell you why.
Talk to me.
The reason why it's like that nowadays is because you can be whatever you want to be on social media. Okay. You can be whatever hero or whatever thug, whatever you want to be. You can be whatever you want to be on to social media. But when reality kick in, you're not that person who everybody thought that you really that you is on social media.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
Social media, you can create a facade, and if the people that
don't know
get into that don't know, and they get into the facade, they don't know.
Right.
And they thinking it's you and not realizing that you is you, but you it's all those other people that's in you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That you won't give them they won't give them the credit.
Man, I give
them their credit. Man.
I give all my OGs credit, like right to this day. Like in every interview I do, I tell people who I learned from, who got me to the point, where I'm at and stuff like that, and who inspired me. But like I said, Wolf inspired me. Like the most him, Hurricane, and this guy named Black Nilla. And he was the guy that created the Elvis Presley. Like Dude was so amazing, and right to this day, it be a trip cause some of my OGs send me videos of them and be wanting my approval. I'm like, you don't need my approval for nothing. I need your approval. You give. No, I just want to know I still get it. I was like, look,
iron sharpen iron, man. That's what that come back to.
and I like, man, why don't you? No, I just want to see do I still
That's
get
respect,
it.
but they that's them letting you know how much they respect you, because you ain't finna ask somebody for their approval when you know that you came before them or you inspired them. You're not gonna ask them for their approval unless you really respect where they went with it.
And where they come down to where a lot of the OGs before my time respect me for because is that I kept it alive. Like I really did. I was that little kid that they didn't know that was gonna become great just like them. I was the little kid that was in the shadows that walked up as a fan first, and just shaking hand, trying to shake their hand, get the chance to know them. But what got me great was that I just figured like if I was gonna learn it, I wanna learn it firsthand from this person and this person, this person. So in order for me to do that, I had to build more than a friendship. I had to build a brotherhood with these guys. Cause once you build that brotherhood, they ain't gonna let their little brother do nothing wrong. But now if they your friend, like dealing with a friendship, really don't too much care what you do. You get what I'm saying?
I rock with you, but I ain't
You on your
tell
own.
you,
You on your own. You get what I'm saying? But
brotherhood,
it's different. Like, no, they gonna get on you about it. Nah, you jumping around too much, or you doing this too much. And once I started getting them start telling me stuff like that, I started knowing exactly what to do and how to put it.
Man, let me add to the brotherhood part. When you in the brotherhood, you would listen. Whereas if it's not a brotherhood and one of the OGs or somebody try to give you game or vice versa, you ain't gonna really listen the same way you would listen if it's a brotherhood.
Right.
If it's a brotherhood, you're gonna really even if it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's like, oh man, even if it whatever they saying, you feel a little like, oh man, no, but you're gonna listen enough and be like, yeah, it hurt, but let me take heed. And then once you take heed, and it actually, it's like, oh,
now I see why.
I see, and
Just
now they helped me take it to another level, and I didn't let my ego of being hurt dismiss what they was trying to do to help elevate me.
See, for example, Hurricane, he when he first got the chance to see me dance, he instantly told me a little later, once we started building a brotherhood, and I didn't even have to ask him what I was doing wrong. He told me what I was doing wrong. He said, "Little bro," he said, "that glide stuff you doing," he said, "it's cool." He said, "But man, you ain't doing." He said, "You don't do no steps." And I ain't gonna lie, it kind of hit, cause I'm like, well, this what everybody like, this what
And
I'm
I'm killing it. What are you talking about, man?
So it kind of hit me, but it was one of the best advice that he did give me because it made me challenge myself.
Yeah.
That I was like, okay, the next time I see him, I'm gonna prove him wrong. I can do it. You get what I'm saying? I can do it. So I started seeing what he was saying because once I started watching the OGs more, I was like, yeah, I don't do that, but I don't want to do they stuff because I want to make, I want to still be able to do me.
Yeah.
And I had to figure out how to be able to do what they wouldn't mind seeing me do and versus, doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because if I would do what I wanted to do, I probably wouldn't last this long. You get what I'm saying? I'd probably be like some of the Jookin community, man, watching Tut and Waves videos and stuff like that. I wouldn't be as much as authentic that I am now.
Yeah.
So when he told me that I was gliding too much and I needed to learn how to step, I knew how to step, but I just didn't want to be compared to other people. I just wanted to have my own, be my own person.
Yeah.
So I got in the lab and I started to step, started learning to step. Then I knew how to step, so I started taking a lot of my drill team steps and I started putting them into the Gangsta Walk. So I'm like, okay, put this here, put that there, put this here, put this what I learned from this person here. So what I used to do, big bro, I used to learn. The thing is, I didn't bite. You know, Memphis had it bad. Say, "Are you biting?" You can't bite if somebody teach you. So this what I had to learn. So this what I had to learn. So I said, if I'm gonna learn it, and if I'm gonna do somebody move, I need to go to them and learn it first. So if they teach me how to do it,
They stamping you.
They can't get mad if I get good at it.
Right.
They can't get mad
You're
at
right,
it.
because you the one showed me.
Exactly.
You're right.
So I was smart enough to do that, and that's what made a lot of the OGs respect me. They was like, well, I feel confident, you know, leaving the culture in your hand because you know the foundation and the authenticity, and you didn't change anything up.
Yeah.
You just did it the way you wanted to do it. Because I have all of them in me when I dance.
Yeah.
You know, I have the whole G style in me, my OGs in me. So when I get out there and dance, I think about what would they do if they were still around right to this day. So I'm like, you know, will he do a spin similarity to this, or will he do a glide similarity to this? And that's how I end up, you know, kind of creating my moves. You know, just imagine if, you know, what I had to pick their brain on what they was thinking when they was doing it. Like, what make you do what you do?
Yeah.
And all of them, it was the same damn answer. It was the same answer. Like when Marcus Bow, I asked him, I said, I've been wanting to ask you this, man, almost my entire life, which he had when he did 23 years in prison. So that's why the game didn't know much about him and Fred, because they was gone 20 years plus. Matter of fact, they went in at the same year in 1993. So that's why you know, nobody didn't get the chance to see them.
Gotcha.
But by G-Style, by all of us from the same neighborhood, I used to get walk from my neighborhood to Wolf neighborhood, leave Wolf neighborhood, and walk to Hurricane neighborhood, because we all was right there by each other. So that's how I got the chance to learn. I would go look and seek for it. So when I asked Marcus Bowles, I said, what made you create, you know, the Gangsta Walk? And he said, nothing. He said, I just got high and started dancing music. He said, I was high and fresh, and I just started dancing music. And that's what we, and that's what
simple.
and that's how I knew that I had the right method. Because when the first time I seen somebody do it, they got my attention. I was on that level. And I said to my cousin, when we was at the dance, I said, if I ever learn how to do what them guys doing, I said I wouldn't be scared to dance against nobody. And I was just saying it out loud. I spoke it into existence, but not knowing that God was finna bless me right then and there to take it to a whole nother level.
Wow.
And like I said, when he told me that, I said, well, all these years I've been on the right track, because that's what got me. Hit me a little. Back then we had a little joint, and we would get us them 1.5s or them tops. Hit that and just zone out. See, Marcus was mostly at. He was mostly at the first Cadillac Willys.
Okay.
That was in North Memphis. He used to be at that one, and I told him, I said, what made you put, the glide into Gangsta Walk? He said, I was high. And I was like, well, what? And like everything I asked him, that's the answer that I got from him.
He got in the zone, and the zone took him wherever it took him.
And that's what he did.
And something was created from that.
And that's what he did, man. I was like, wow. But that guy he's amazing. He's amazing right to this day, bro. He really is. Wow.
Well, let me ask you something about because this is something, and this is. At least when I saw it, I was like, hold on, this is something different, but maybe I just saw it and didn't realize it was something that was going on. But I have seen G-Nerd Jookin offer like an actual soul song. Like it wasn't no rap beat. Like it might be a, you know what I'm saying, a Temptation song or like the actual song. And I'm like, how do you juke to a song that ain't even a rap beat?
Because I'm going to tell you why. I get around certain people and I tell them how I feel, what I do, how I do it.
Okay.
The way that I created my dance moves I create them off of the whispers, the temptation, because that's what keeps me with a groove. So the old sound keep me it kept me out of all these years with a groove. And you can take your time dancing off something slow, then you dancing off a rap, because therefore, of the old school music, you're gonna hear so many things to harmonize off of it. You got once again, you got to be able to catch them beats. You get what I'm saying? Cause back then, off of just say somebody like the Whispers or the Delphonics or you know what I'm saying, something like that. They had all these different instruments. You got to think about it. You not only dance to music, you dancing to a band. So if you dancing to a band, that means you gotta catch the guitar, you gotta catch the drummer, you gotta catch the piano player, you gotta catch
the bass guitar, horns, maybe.
You gotta catch all of that, cause sooner or later you gotta jump into it so you can switch your style up. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I created my style, and I told him, I was like, look, when I dance, I don't dance off a rap, and
you told this.
Yeah, I told all of them that.
Okay.
Yeah, I told them that's how I do like my creative. You know, so therefore, I guess they saying what worked for him. Let me see what it worked for me.
And I ain't gonna lie, it looks so cool.
Like Nerd, don't get me wrong, Nerd is a great jooker. Now one thing I can say, I got much respect for G Nerd. I really do, because when I first came back, I had retired. By the way, I'm talking about when the clubs barred the Gangsta Walk for us not coming to the club. I just didn't even want to do it no more. And then when No Limit hit the scene, dealing with the music, the only people that was from Memphis at my time that we had to dance to was 3 6 Mafia.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying?
And I think Coming Out Hard, that album,
that was a Gangsta Walk.
That was a Gangsta Walk album.
That's Memphis all
That
day.
was Memphis. But after that, and I'm only saying that to say, when you said the only Memphis music that y'all had the Gangsta Walk off of when No Limit and folks like that started hitting the scene was 3 6 because they were the most popular. But Ball and G was popular as well, but they didn't have as much drum gangster walking beats in a lot of their music when T-Mix started producing their stuff. When Ball and G produced Coming Out Hard, they kept it straight Memphis. You know what I'm saying?
Classic.
When it comes to them beats and stuff.
Classic.
Yeah.
Man,
But I see why you said 3 6 was like the most popular when music that y'all can dance off of when it comes to Memphis sound and style. When No Limit was kind of popping.
Yeah, because when No Limit got here, I couldn't really. Don't get me wrong, I can dance to anything, but I was still stuck in that era where I want to dance to Memphis, Memphis music.
Memphis had his own beats and own sound.
But P them did they thing. It just when that era came, I couldn't.
It was different.
Yeah, it was very different. Cause
even though it was dope, it was still different.
Yeah, it wasn't us for once.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So after that, I started slowing down. I'm like, I ain't got nothing to motivate me to want to do it anymore. So I stopped for a couple years, and then that's when I started hearing the names like Daniel, Gino, G-Nerd. I started hearing about those guys.
Gino, that's a name I used to hear a lot.
That little guy was great. Rest in peace to him. Okay. Now Gino was the first.
Shout out to my guy Sino too. I think Sino told me that if I might got it wrong.
He took Gino's name and
he
put
told
Sino
me. He told me that. He told me that.
But anyway, Gino was the first person to bring me back because I was out of the way for like a couple years, and bumped heads with some of his friends at a barbershop. Long story short, I'm sitting in the barber chair getting my my haircut. So my VCR tape that always go viral on social media with me in that garage.
Man, hey, that John Dell. Go ahead. Look, I just saw you gliding in that garage just a second ago.
Some little dudes, they talking about the dance, and which I wasn't into the dancing no more. My barber, he said, "You heard him over there talking to him?" I said, "Yeah," and I didn't too much care for it. So next thing you know, my barber told the little young guy, he said, "Why y'all over there talking?" He said, "Y'all can't." He said, "I bet now one of y'all can't beat this guy in the chair." So one of the little guys was like, "Man, I'll call Gino for him. Yeah, whoever he is, he must don't know who Gino is. This and that." So it made me step up like, "You must don't know who I am." He said, "Who is you?" I said, "Jaquency." He said, "Man, Jaquency dead." Cause I've been out the game I was out the game for a while.
Damn.
So they didn't never get the chance to see me. They just had the VCR tape with me. Cause I got all the way out the way.
Yeah.
So when I said my name, he said, "You ain't Jaquency." I used to have that a lot when people used to tell me who I want.
Yeah.
So long story short, they called Gino. They said, "We found him." So Gino said, "Let me talk to him." So me and Gino got talking over the phone. And I told him, I said, "No, I don't dance no more, little dude. You know, this. And he was like, "No, man, we need you back this." I said, "No, I'm done, man." Like, cause I didn't have nobody to play with. Like everybody from my era, everybody was gone. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, that's just something I did when I was young.
Yeah.
So when I got with him, see where his head at, I had to talk to him for a minute.
Just move around in a couple. Good. All right, we're good.
I had to talk to him for a minute. We got to talking. So I pulled over in front of my mom's house. And at this time, I wasn't dancing. I had started doing music because Hurricane was telling me if I'm a dance. And if I want to listen to the music that I want to listen to, why don't I produce my own music and dance off my own music where I can master my style off of my stuff instead of off of somebody like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I was started getting into doing. And so I pulled over, I played some of my music. I said, let me see, can he dance off this? So I put it on, and I let him to see where can he dance to it. And when the first time I seen little dude dance, I was so amazed where I said, you know what? I'm finna start back dancing.
Damn, he re-inspired you to come on back.
I'm be honest, like I said, to bring somebody that's great, to wake up a sleeping giant, you gotta get his attention. You gotta get his full attention. And when I seen that, I haven't seen nobody like him since me. And when I seen that, I was like, it ain't no way that these young guys out here that's like that. Because the young guys I've been seeing the wrong young guy. But I said, him, I know it's a few more that's like him. So I started, picking his brain about his history. And his history was all surrounded off me. So I was like, so I couldn't do nothing but come back to dance. So he was the one that introduced me to the Lil Bucks and the Daniels and stuff like that. Because at this period, they was bad blood. I didn't know what was going on and what. So you brought, I'm gonna be honest to you, you helped bridge that gap, and I'm gonna tell you how you bridged that gap. Okay. You bridged that gap with me, G-Nerd, Daniel, Dr. Rico. You bridged that gap with us because I was just rolling with my little homie who brought me out of retirement. When we made it to the booking and video music video shoot, we was coming there just to get with them. I'm gonna be honest here. We was coming there just to get with them. When we found and we almost missed out because we was doing something, all of us doing something together, and we just so haven't heard. We didn't have nothing to do. We just so happened to heard on the radio that Al Kapone filming the Bucking and Jookin music video shoot, the motorsport park did this and that. So the other guy who was with her, he said, I bet you they down there. He said, let's go down there.
Damn.
And we popped up, and they was down there. And so many ways, the competition with all of us had stopped after that when the video shoot was over with. G-Nerd was, I can say, he was more of a man than want to be in competition. G-Nerd was the first person to reach out his hand and say, hey, man, y'all come over here and do this, you know what I'm saying, do this and do that. And I respect Nerd right to this day. I don't care if we do have disagreement, I still respect that young man, you know what I'm saying, because I know where his heart is instead of where his ego is. You get what I'm saying? So I got much respect for Nerd because he was the only one at the time that showed that, man, look, I love this just like y'all love it, you know. So and me and Nerd been cool ever since then.
So but Bucking and Jookin video shoot after that.
We went. They invited us to come to the U Dig Dance Studio. Yeah. And we went over to the U Dig Dance Studio and we had a good time. And Nerd introduced me to a lot of different other young dancers that was coming up and you know and a lot of things.
You guys, you know some names of some of those You ain't got a name if you don't know him.
Caviar, pretty much everybody that got a name right to this day.
Okay.
You know, he introduced me. You know, he introduced me to him.
Okay.
Then and shout out to G Nerd for he was the first person that put me on his DVD, his dance DVD.
Okay.
You know, DVD.
Okay.
So Nerd was showing me that, hey, look, man, I'm not in competition with y'all. Man, let us work. But it just Gino was just on a whole nother level where he was like, man, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't
It was like that, huh?
And he was like, I don't trust him. And I was like, it ain't gonna hurt to see what they talking about. Cause I said we doing something different. I said we doing music. We not doing just what they doing as far as like dancing.
Yeah.
And Gino like, nah. And I'm gonna be honest to you, I start going up there just to support Nerd and them. It broke my friendship with Gino.
Damn.
And you get what I'm saying?
He was dead set against it.
Yeah, he was dead set against it.
He like, man, you breaking the.
Well, the thing is, I looked at it like this here, like, bro, like I'm older than you, so I'm looking for growth.
Yeah.
If this what it take for this stuff to grow, and I can guide these guys in the right direction.
And they extending the olive branch.
They did. And like I said, and I respect that, but Gino was still like, no, you know, the game need us, which the game did, but it's to a point where we all from Memphis, and it's bigger now because this the time before Facebook. You had YouTube and MySpace.
MySpace, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm like, man, the reason why I said we can work with these guys because I come up in the era where we didn't have that. We just only had VCR tape. And I was the first person to start the Gangsta Walk on VHS. I was the one that started it with my garage footage.
Okay.
So I'm like, if this stuff can help us get known free and on a worldwide level, let's take advantage of it. But let's work with our people.
Yeah.
You know, just
He was not going home.
So that what burnt, my friendship with Gino and from that day forward, it was just with bad blood between me and him. And then next thing you know, I seen him probably maybe, I want to say probably like 4 months before he passed away. We finally got the chance out of probably almost 7 or 8 years. We finally got the chance to see each other face to face. And only thing I remember telling him before I walked off from him, cause I walked in the store and I seen him and he seen me too. And he was like, man, I know they walk from anywhere. We got to talking and stuff like that. And I asked him, I said, you thinking about coming back dancing? He was like, nah. He said, it's too competitive. He was like, I don't want to do the battles. I don't want to. And I'm the same way. Like, I want to do that. I want to grow, but I don't want to grow in a competition way because competition good, but it also is bad.
Well, let me ask you this. So, how do you feel about, because once I realized, it was a moment I realized that Jookin was worldwide is when I started doing my tags.
Okay.
I started doing tags, and then I started noticing Memphis Jookin Africa, Memphis Jookin Detroit, Memphis Jookin,
India. It's everywhere.
I'm talking about. I was like, hold up. I just started looking more. I'm like, it's a Memphis Jookin community all over the world.
It is.
And they give it up to Memphis. They don't say Indian Jookin or, you know what I'm saying, whatever. They say Memphis Jookin and the end of wherever they from.
See, the reason why that, and I got to give that to that credit to Lil Buck. Lil Buck made it to a point like how I told you about how the OGs made it to where nobody from out of town can come take it. They have to learn it individually. So Lil Buck took it to a point where him and Terry Moore, they took it to a point where instead of saying Jookin,
shout out to Terry,
we gonna say Memphis Jookin because we want the world to know where it came from.
Makes sense.
And I understand that and respect that. That's the reason why it converted that way. But
I never knew that.
It never converted from Gangsta Walking to Jookin. It just Jookin is on our family tree.
Yes.
It's a whole. I tell people this. They totally different. It just where people get them confused is that they both is a Memphis thing, and it's hard to tell them apart. if you're not in our culture to know.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, just like dealing with a car, you might see a Camaro, then you might see a Camaro RT. And you're like, what's the difference? The body style still look the same. Now, it's what's up under that hood that make them different. You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
And it's like that with Gangsta Walking and Jookin.
Okay.
But I got much respect for the Jookers. Like I said, they the one got me, back in stride right to this day.
Yeah.
And watching people like Daniel probably, like Daniel is the most, like I watch Daniel the most.
Is Daniel still, because I ain't seen Daniel
he's working.
visible.
He's
I be seeing everybody, but I ain't seen Daniel visible, and I'm like, Daniel is a beast.
Daniel is like Dexter in the laboratory.
Yeah.
He always cooking.
Okay.
Like he always cooking up something.
Good to know that.
And
deep dude too. Deep as hell.
One thing I can say about Daniel know if I was to leave the culture, Daniel should have the culture because Daniel got the most insight and input on the game that it is. And I don't mind if Daniel want to switch it up. I will have faith in him for him to switch it up because I know he's going to do the right thing. Because you can't put everything in everybody's hand and expect for them to do the same thing with it. You get what I'm saying? But one hand I know that I can put it in. I can put the ball in Daniel's hand. Daniel gonna play ball with it. You get what I'm saying? He ain't gonna switch it up. He gonna keep everything that it should, but he gonna do it in Daniel way. You get what I'm saying? So like my torch go to Daniel. If anything, Daniel get my torch.
Dig that, man. Shout out to little Daniel, man. Shout out to you, man. I always felt like man, Daniel one of them guys, man.
Right. Cause the first time G-Nerd brought me back, introduced me to a lot of people. He brought me to UD one time, and it was this dancer named Bobo. And don't get me wrong, Bobo, like that was my first time ever meeting Bobo, and I just heard stories about him. Man, Bobo is, like I said, he one of the best. If it wasn't for Bobo, a lot of these guys wouldn't even be juking right to this day.
Wow.
So he, to me, in my book, he's labeled as the king of juking. Not gangsta walking, but he do know how to gangsta walk.
Okay.
But to me, in my book, he's labeled as the king of juking. Because I heard more about Bobo than I heard about any other juker besides the Daniels and the Genos and the G-Nerd.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Bobo taught G-Nerd.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So I salute to Bobo. I don't have nothing against Bobo. I salute to him. I know even though we have disagreement, but the love is all there to me. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's there. I ain't got nothing bad to say. You know?
Right now. Hold up. Is that going off?
Yep.
When did it go off?
It looked like it just went off.
That done that. Okay. And that on that note, like I don't know. I just turned this back on. I don't know where it. And I'll go back and look and see where it cut off at. So we're going to go ahead and end it before it does it again.
Okay.
Man, let everybody know, if they need to reach out to you, how do they reach out to you?
Y'all can reach out to me. Y'all can hit me up on y'all can hit me up on Facebook. Y'all can go to my Facebook page, OG Jaquency on Facebook. Or you can catch me on Instagram, OG Jaquency on Instagram. You can catch me on TikTok, OG Jaquency. Or you can also go to my YouTube page, OG Jaquency. So you can reach out to me on any of those platforms. I still do online teaching. I do some of everything, mentoring. So I just don't only teach my style. I teach people how to create their own style and be able to, take it to a whole nother level.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, man, this has been a phenomenal.
We're gonna do a part. We gotta do a part 2.
Well, let's do it then.
Cause I still didn't talk about me when I was in my prime. See, we didn't even go to.
Come on, man.
We didn't even go.
Wow.
We skipped that whole part about the VHS tape with me in the garage, how that happened, and that was pertaining to dealing with DJ Squeaky with that I was dancing off of. But
okay, so
we
listen.
got a part 2. We're gonna have a part 2.
We're gonna do part 2, and part 2 is gonna be about what again?
It's gonna be about Jaquency and his prime. It ain't gonna be nothing that nobody can say or disagree with me on because I was the best thing when I was in my prime. Couldn't nobody touch me. I don't care who it was. When I was in my prime, couldn't nobody touch me for once because I learned from the greats.
All right, stop right there. Oh, we just and the thing went off.
Hey. Shout out to my guy, OG Jaquency, man. Appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, giving us, you know what I'm saying, all that good history when it comes to gangster walking and jooking. You know what I'm talking about? So, hey, it's all love. Hey, appreciate everybody that tuned in so far, too. Appreciate y'all. I try to, of course, chat with you as much as I could through the text chatting, and it's all love. But listen, man, hey, I learned some things, you know what I'm saying, in this interview as well. And again, I appreciate Jaquency coming on and talking to us, and you know, giving us some more insight to, because there's a lot of stuff I didn't know about the Memphis gangster walking and jooking community. Like, I didn't realize, you know, that, I guess I always I always looked at jooking as an extension of gangster walking, but it sounds like it's slick. Sounds like it's two different communities almost. I'm not, you know, based on what he was saying. We definitely get him back on so we could talk a little bit more about that, and you know where, you know what I'm saying, more about his story, his personal story. You know what I'm saying? Because like he said, we didn't really get into a lot of his personal story. And I know he got a lot to talk about when it comes to that. But yeah, it's some information, you know, a lot of information that I wasn't fully aware of. And it's always good to, you know, I could always talk to y'all about things that I've seen as OG pioneer that was in the game before the Memphis rap scene, as the Memphis rap scene started developing, when it started, once it popped off, and you know, on up to now. You know what I'm saying? It's been a progression from then to now, and I can always tell y'all my point of view, which I will, and it's a lot of stuff that I could tell you about that I saw, and you know, just to give y'all the information that you need. But it's always good to talk to other people, because you know they gonna see things, you know, that you didn't see. You know, when you one person, it's only, you know, you can only be in one place at one time, and you can only see what you see. You know what I'm saying? But when you have other people that can, you know, talk about what they seen from their point of view, you learn more. And I welcome that as much as I can. If it's you know, any other jooker, any other gangster walker that you know, they got some more information to add to this, what Jaquency was speaking on. Yeah, I would love to hear, you know, more. We would love to hear more. Hey, even though, you know, like I said, I'll give you as much game as I can give you. Man, you just don't know. I'm soaking up the information as well. I'm learning as well, and I'm just as fascinated, you know what I'm saying, as y'all. I see what y'all say in, you know what I'm saying, in the chats, how y'all appreciate the information. Trust me, I'm just as excited about the information as well, because it's the history of Memphis rap, and it's so many different directions we can go in. Shout out to DJ Memphis Mix. What's up with you, man? Appreciate that shout out about the interview. But yeah, it's so many different things that could be spoke on and talked about when it comes to this Memphis rap scene. Is again, like he said early on, that the whole, it's a tree that came from just on the gangster walking side, when he mentioned gangster walking, jooking, bucking, and chopping. And I literally forgot all about chopping. I remember people used to talk about chopping, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of forgot about it until this interview, because jooking, you know, the word jooking has pretty much taken over when it comes to, you know, speaking on this. And like I said, when I made the song Bucking and Jookin', I called it Bucking and Jookin' because I used to hear both words being said whenever they, you know, was doing their thing, and I couldn't get to the bottom of which one it was. So it sounds like it was a little bit of both. And again, chopping is an aspect of it as well. And man, I love it when they gangster walking, and you know what I'm saying, and they start doing the gliding with it. Man, that gliding is so smooth. when folks be doing the gangster walking and then breaking out into some juking, man. That I love seeing that, man. It's just some of the smoothest stuff, you know what I'm saying? I really dig the way they, blend all of that together and, doing it over the good old Memphis rap music, you know what I'm saying? Rap beats or whatever the case may be. They do their thing. So shout out to the Gangsta Walk community. Shout out to the Jookin community. You know what I'm saying? If you're still bucking, if you're still chopping, shout out to y'all too, because I'm always going to stand on the fact that the Memphis rap sound, the Memphis rap production, it all stemmed from wanting to make the songs that going to make them folks gangster walk in the club. Juke in the club. That's in my opinion, that played a huge part of creating this, our sound and scene, is the dance. And it kind of reminds me in some ways of how, breakdancing was a critical part of the music in early hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It was a dance culture along with the music culture. And I feel like Memphis, is our version, you know what I'm saying, of what they was doing with breakdancing and hip hop and the graffiti and the DJing and all, you know what I'm saying? It was more than just the MCing part of it. I think the MCing it was always there, but I think the breakdancing and DJing was probably, you know what I'm saying, set the pace for the MCing, which ended up being rapping and all that good stuff. So, we got to make sure, the rappers and the producers a lot of times get most of the shine when it comes to this culture, but it's so many other people and elements to the culture that, we definitely got to make sure we shine a light on them and make sure they are honored, because without, again, the dance culture, without that dance culture, it works hand to hand, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody from that dance culture here in Memphis when it comes to gangster walking, juking and bucking and chopping and all that good stuff. Can I do a move? I know I look ill-informed. I look like I was having a seizure or something crazy. I know that didn't look right. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm trying to say. Again, appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate everybody. Hold on, let me look at this real quick. Yeah, appreciate everybody that's tuned in and showed love, and thank y'all. We definitely got some more interviews coming. And I always told y'all that I got like a lot of old footage. If y'all remember UGTV, I got a lot of and it was during. Now let me tell y'all something about UGTV. Larry Clark started UGTV. Then he passed it on to me at some point. And so I got all the stuff when I had control of it. And and then at some point, it was passed to Mr. Lit. And I think, I think too. I remember passing it on to Joe Young Spike at one point, and you know what I'm saying, he turned up when it got to him, you know what I'm saying? So, and Nardo the Nuke Bomb. Shout out to my guy Nardo the Nuke Bomb. R.I.P. to my guy Nardo the Nuke Bomb, man. Gotta send a big shout out to my homie, man. We've been down since teenage days. Lamar Terrace Projects. You hear me? So yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a little quick, you know what I'm saying? When I tell y'all I got a lot of that UGTV footage, it's when I had control of it, and I still got a bunch of the VHS tapes. So I'm saying that to say I still got a lot of that old footage, that footage that I will be showing and uploading during this Memphis Rap History, whenever I'm doing this. And I got more interviews already done. I got interviews, some real cool interviews. Now, I would say this. In some of those interviews, you know what I'm saying, if some people get called out, from the person that I'm interviewing, they calling out certain people. And I want to be clear that I'm not promoting or advocating any possible beef. It probably ain't no beef gonna come out of it, but sometimes when people feel like they spoken on, when they name spoken on in a certain kind of way, it could be the truth. You know what I'm saying? Or not. You know what I'm saying? But if it is the truth, it's still, I'm not here to, I want to talk about the history. I want the people to get this information, but I'm not trying to stir put no bad energy out there, which will cause other people, to take things in the wrong way. So I'm gonna try to be careful when airing certain things to keep that down, because I'm just not about that. Never been about that. That's I've been in the game for a long time, and I've for the most part managed to steer away from that. And I'm definitely not gonna start now doing that. Even though I know when it comes to social media, man, that controversy is, it helped blow your channel up. It helped blow your, it does do that because people love controversy. People love drama, and it could be beneficial to my platform as far as getting viewers and stuff like that. But I ain't with all that. I ain't about that. I just ain't about it. We trying to elevate, we trying to build, and we want to get the information, but we gonna stay away from as much as I can, without losing the information. I'm gonna stay out of that as much as I can without losing the information. So, I'm just saying that to say that I do got some more. I got interviews already in the bag, but just always know my goal is to give you information, and but I'm not with the drama. I ain't with that, and I ain't trying to, put that energy out there, when it comes to these interviews. So yeah, I'm a leave it at that, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know me, man. It's all love what you got, and we gonna rock it that way. Before I leave, DQP, what's up, man? You say Larry Clark represents the Westwood. You sure right? My DQP, you be doing some stuff, man. I'm wondering, do we know each other, my guy? Because you be doing some stuff, you hear me? You say Larry Clark represents that Westwood community, and he graduated Westwood High. You sure know what to say? In the class. Oh, hold up, bro. How you know? Man, come on, man. You tripping me out, man. They said a renowned football player and member of the executive. DQP, you's a whole fool, bro. How you know all this, man? You is crazy, man. Man. But you be knowing what you talking about, so I can't even dispute. That's wild, my guy. That's wild. That's all I got. Shout out to my guy, DQP. Yeah, slick enough. Just like, man, what you said, man. You know what I'm saying? And again, controversy is, people love it. I'm about, especially when it comes to Memphis rap history, I want to stick to the history and the information. Now, if it gets to a point where I'm just simply doing interviews and people are telling their, just strictly telling their story, I still try to keep the confusion down, but on some levels, I can't tell nobody how to tell their story, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to this Memphis rap history, we just want to hear the history. We just want the information, you know what I'm saying? Personal issues that people have with each other, their personal stuff, you know what I'm saying? We if it's not adding to the information and it's gonna cause problems, we not gonna do that here. You know what I'm saying? We don't say it like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Marvin Sally, what's up, man? Yeah, you hear me. Keeping it 100, man. That's what's up. Eric Jackson from Smoking City to Dallas checking it. What's up, Eric, man? What's happening with you? Much love. You hear me? Edward Ash, what's up, nephew? Appreciate you tapping in from Baltimore. B Moore, what's up with you, man? Tall D, Hey, you just you done gave your name. You said the D is for Daniel, man. What's up, homie? What's up with your homie? Hey, you know we gonna get legendary Lady J. I'm looking forward to that interview because she is one of those the early female rappers in the 90s represented. And, man, I know she got some things to talk about and, give y'all information about her history and the part she played and in the Memphis rap game and, what she saw as a female rapper, especially early on. Female rappers are popping right now, but it was not that many female rappers in those days. So the ones that were here, man, I know they have some stories to tell, and they deserve to tell their stories. Of course, we all know our queens of Memphis, Gangsta Boo and Lil Chat. We know a lot about their story, but it's other female rappers like the legendary Lady J that was there and around and can speak on some things, to add to this history. And that's what we on. You know what I'm talking about? That's what we on. Pimp D, Tall D. Yeah, Daniel. What's up, man? What you say? You finna hit it back up on TikTok? Okay, dig that, my guy. Dig that. All right, man. Listen, appreciate y'all tuning in to another edition of Memphis Rap History. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back next Sunday, 2:30. And at some point, I'm going to branch off and on other days, what I'm saying? It'll probably do some, do a different spin on something. So y'all just stay tuned and keep checking out my channel. Oh, I forgot to say, like and subscribe. Please, like and subscribe. Excuse me, I appreciate that. And if you're tuning in after the live, be sure to leave a comment. If you made it this far down, I waited too late. I waited way to the end of the damn show to say like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Well, damn. Whoever lasts that long, do that for your guy, man. Matter of fact, if you lasted that long, that means you really rock with what I'm doing. So, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and pass the word on, let other people know, man. Tune in till you got Al Kapone YouTube channel and get some of this Memphis rap history, man. All love. Ash, we said y'all be sure to touch it. Man, talk to him, my guy. Talk to him. All right, man. Much love to y'all, Big Memphis, and shout out to everybody, in other states and other cities and other parts of the world that tune in and show you got love. I appreciate y'all, man. 1,000. DQP, what you said? Will you do an episode interviewing Memphis club promoters one day? Yes, most definitely. I already got an interview with Steve A. I already got an interview with Steve A. It's locked in. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, definitely. 100. Will do. Say less. DQP, I'm going to have you on here. You hear me? You're going to come on here because you know some stuff. So, all right, man. I'm going to end it right here. Much love. Catch me next Sunday, 2:30 p.m. More Memphis Rap History. And tune in. What they say? Hit your notification buttons because I'm going to start trying to, post some stuff during the week as well. So, make sure y'all put your notification buttons on so you can know when because I want to start posting more stuff other than Sunday. I'm always going to do Sunday, but I want to do more during the week, man. I'm starting to feel the groove. You feel me? Yeah, starting to feel the groove. All right, my guy. This my last goodbye. Salute, 100. Big Memphis, man. Oh, boy.